What up, though, y'all? This is Chris, broadcasting you from the D. We got to talk about the WNBA, man. They in the algorithm, and not for very good reasons. You know, it's weird. The WNBA situation is weird because they continue to demonstrate why people don't really like the players and therefore the league itself. First, you have the All-Star Game. The All-Star Game happened this weekend. I know many of you were unaware of that, and you're just now hearing it from me. Many of them, no, all of them actually, decided to wear this shirt that says, "Pay us what you owe us." And they were holding signs that said, "Pay the players." And this is very tone deaf. I have never seen a group be so willfully ignorant to their circumstances before. Like, really, the WNBA, it's like they go out of their way to be as unlikable as humanly possible. And then, because they're so successful at being unlikable, then they want to blame misogyny and intolerance and all that. It's like, you know, people would be a lot more sympathetic of your causes if you weren't so unlikable. But perhaps even if you were more likable, in this case, nobody would care, because when you have a business that in 28 years has never turned a profit, when you have a business that in 28 years has been in the negative, let me give y'all this so you know what I'm talking about. The WNBA has had a $10 million loss every single year until last year, which they racked up a $40 million loss. And so far, this year, year 28, they are on pace for being $50 million in the red. The WNBA has never made money. It has lost money every single year. It is a tax write-off for the NBA. And you have women making 70, 80K a year while the business is unprofitable. And they're still claiming they deserve more money. They deserve to be paid revenue shares or something like that. They should really start teaching basic economics in schools, because it's like, all right, these women, they know nothing about basic economics, and it shows. And they speak so confidently about what they are owed and what they are deserving of. And it can be a bit, not frustrating, but it can just be unbelievable. You be thinking like, why do y'all believe you deserve more money? Are you really oblivious to the fact that the league has never turned a profit? And why does no one ever explain this to you? Why does no one ever sit down and explain these things? It's not that they're incapable of understanding this. They're all adults with, at the very least, average level intelligence. So it's not like this is something that would be lost on them, but it's like they don't want to get it. They don't want to understand. They just want what they want, and they don't care. Caitlin Clark, in a show of solidarity, wore this goofy shirt. And what's her name? Who's the other white girl? She was playing for the Aces, and now she's changed teams. I can't remember her name at the moment, because I mean, who really remembers any of their names, honestly, except for Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese nowadays. But she was sitting down with Sabrina Ionescu. I'm familiar with her because she's got a really dope shoe. You know, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, she's on I think the third shoe of hers is supposed to be coming. But I digress. That's how I know of her, because she's got a really good jumper, and she's got a dope hooping shoe that's very popular amongst male players. But she was sitting at the presser after the All-Star game. And for whatever reason, she decided to bring up how nobody from Team Clark was like in on it or whatever. The reason why I don't like that is because she's trying too hard to prove she's the cool white girl. Like, there was no need to bring her up and throw her under the bus, because she's damned if she do, damned if she don't. If she didn't wear the stupid shirt, then they would have been talking smack about that. She absolutely had to wear the shirt, or else they'd have been after her even harder than they usually are. She wears a shirt, and now something is said about that, and ironically, it's by another white girl who desperately wants acceptance from all of these really masculine, angry black women. So she wants to prove to them that she's the cool white girl. I'm not like her. It's Chelsea something. I cannot remember. At least I think it's Chelsea. But you guys, it's not hard to figure out who I'm talking about. All you have to do is look up the WNBA All-Star Game press conference. Speaking of it being an All-Star Game, that in itself, you demand more money, yet you have an All-Star Game and no one knows who any of you are. That's a problem in itself. Here's a woman that participated in the All-Star Game, and I can't even remember what the heck her name was. As if they weren't insufferable enough at the All-Star Game. They then go to some club or whatever afterwards, right, in Vegas. You got a group of wannabe dudes, these chicks. You've seen the type before. The really aggressive, masculine acting chick that's like really going overboard, really trying to overcompensate for the fact that she's a chick. She wants you to respect her as a stud so bad that she just really overcompensates. They go up to the door. They want to get in. And she's basically like on some, y'all don't know who I am sort of stuff. No one knows who you are. You're yet another stud with short hair and dyed pink. No, they don't know who you are. It was like, we just finished playing an All-Star Game. Man, them people there probably don't even know the All-Star Game happened today. I'm not even saying that to be funny. Like, that's the truth. Them people there at the door probably have no idea the WNBA All-Star Game happened today or who all is in it, because who knows y'all? Aside from Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, who are y'all? Who are y'all? Like, really, y'all are about as well known as I am, and I'm practically invisible. Like, you guys have more visibility than I do, yet you're just as unknown as I am. So that whole attitude of y'all should know who we are, we play in the W. Oh, okay. She's like, we really shouldn't have to wait in no line. And they like, okay. And they tried to use Angel Reese for clout. Well, we here with Angel. I'm assuming Reese was inside, but she didn't seem to come to the door to get them in. So, she might have told y'all to come, but when y'all showed up at the door, she didn't meet y'all at the door to get y'all in. And then they were going to let them come in, but they was trying too hard to like be on some Rick Ross, type of stuff where everybody there come in. They was like, oh, no. They told them only 7 can come in. They're like, well, we too deep. And then the really overbearing masculine chick that had the mic clipped to her just got more annoying, more obnoxious, talking about how I don't have to deal with this ghetto stuff. We shouldn't have to deal with this ghetto stuff. I mean, she's saying ghetto, 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 yet she's the one that's acting loud and indignant. You're the one that's acting really ghetto here, man. So I'm just not really feeling that at all. So they decide to go somewhere else, some bar and grill, right? They couldn't even get in there. They couldn't even get in there, man. I'm trying not to laugh at this situation, but it's hard not to, because this is what happens when you think you the shit, when you think you bigger than what you really are. It's one thing if you are actually known and you have clout, you have pull. If you gotta go to the door and use somebody else's name, you ain't him. And I say you ain't him because you could tell this chick wants to be him and not her. If you gotta walk up to a door and you gotta give somebody else's name to get in, you ain't him. So many of them, they continue to be unlikable. because of the way they move and the way they behave. And then they wonder why people aren't sympathetic to their plights. Your mentality needs to be fixed first. This entitlement to getting paid more money than what you've been getting paid. I mean, those arenas were largely empty. Let's be for real here. Let's keep it all the way a buck. Those arenas were largely empty before last season when Caitlin Clark came into the league. She has brought a ton of visibility to the league. Y'all are flying on chartered planes now instead of having to catch Spirit Airlines everywhere, all because of her. And that's why the league last season shot up from creating a $10 million hole annually to now $40 million and now on track to 50. She's brought in all the visibility and whatnot, but people tuning in for her, man. When it was said that she wasn't going to play, ticket sales plummeted. I don't even know if she played or not. I just know that when they made the announcement that she wasn't going to play, ticket sales plummeted. It's an all-star game, though, right? I mean, if y'all really was all that, all stars, as you put it, one person sitting out wouldn't have affected the ticket sales. The great Michael Jordan, if he would have sat out an all-star game, that wouldn't have had that effect on the ticket prices, because all the rest of the all-stars are still people or players that the customers want to see. So, I don't know, man. I made one video with this. It's a little bit longer. I made one video talking about both instances, the all-star game and the situation at the bar. I could have made two, but I decided to just go ahead and just lump them into one, man. So, let me know what you guys think. The WNBA has a problem. It's the players. The players are so unlikable. And it's like they know they are, but they can't help themselves. They go above and beyond to be as unlikable as possible. And then they have this crazy level of entitlement when it comes to getting paid when the league doesn't make a profit. If you're on the outside looking in, it's just maddening. It's like, man, shut up. It's like, dang, don't nobody want to hear about your problems. Y'all are getting paid 70, 80 grand a summer. All right, y'all getting paid 70, 80 grand a summer, and you're total unknowns, and you have this entitlement thinking that you should get paid more. It's the craziest thing. This wind's starting to pick up, though. So let me get on and get going. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. Hit me in them comments. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.